All right, everyone, so I'm going to touch a little bit more on what we talked about in the last video. So if you haven't watched the last upload I did, after this video is over, go back and watch the previous one. So I was touching on reasons why I'm wanting to potentially cancel my S650 order. So I'm going to go into more detail on exactly why and what I plan on doing here starting this weekend, actually, and then going forward through this winter and into the spring on what you could do on an S550 and what you cannot do on an S650. Clearly, obviously, a lot of you might know what you can't do as of now on an S650. So that is really determining my decision as of now going forward on what I'm going to do, because my overall goal for the car and the channel. All right, so as I said, if you haven't seen my last upload I did, if you could do me a favor after you're done watching this one right here, go back and watch my previous upload where I was talking about I'm leaning towards canceling my order for my S650, and this is why. Not just the fact that the car is a very attractive car with the grabber blue, the night pony package. I've already put the Corsa Extreme double X pipe exhaust on it. It's lowered GT500 spoiler, Corsa colder intake, but no, it's not because of that. Well, it's part of it that I've already started throwing money at the car, and I don't like to have a car for a short period of time and then turn around and sell the car. One reason, and the main reason, is because you can put a tune on this car right here, the S650. You will be able to soon, you just can't to as of yet. In regards to the tune, I'm going to be ordering that possibly this weekend. We got a lot going on this weekend, so if I can get the chance to, I'm going to place the order for the tune. I'm going to go E85, and I'm also going to do a 93 tune. Now, I don't have long tube headers or anything like that. I just got the intake, the Corsa Extreme exhaust. That's all I got. I know you can get a little bit more when it comes to E85 when you have long tube headers. I just don't have that yet because I wasn't quite sure if I was going to go turbo, supercharger, or nitrous. That's another thing. With nitrous, you could put nitrous on an S650. It's a little bit more dangerous. You're playing with a little bit more fire because you can't tune it. You could throw probably like 100 shot or so on it. You just got to be more careful with it because you can't tune the nitrous like you can here with the S550 like mine. So yeah, I could go with the S650. I could still keep that order, put a nitrous on it. I could throw exhaust on it. Probably get a good decent time by throwing the nitrous on the car, but with not having a tune on it, not the smartest idea. I just wanted to make this because honestly, like I said before, I've just been going back and forth in regards to the order and this car here because, being completely honest, when I got rid of the GT500, I really didn't want to. I wanted to hang on to that car, but I sold that car because it was paid off and to pay other stuff off with it. If it wasn't for that, I would still have that car. Nothing against my S550 here. I love the car, but the GT500 was an amazing car. It was fast as hell. It was over 700 horsepower on 93. But sometimes you need to make sacrifices to take care of certain things in your life, and it just had to happen. Also, too, as I touched on, when I get my S650, it'll probably be, I'm assuming, probably late winter, potentially early spring, until I get the car. Once that time comes, a lot of the hype and the buzz and the this and the that when it comes to the, I guess you call it a new platform, it's a refresh platform, a lot of that hype is going to be gone by the time I get my car that you can't tune. You could put modifications on it, you just can't tune them. So I've been thinking a lot about that also as well, because as a content creator, you rely on a lot of that for your ad revenue for the channel, and a lot of that will eventually be like any other 5.0 Coyote video out there eventually. So as I said, the main reason why I'm looking at going forward with canceling my order for my S650 as of now is I can put a tune on this car. I can put a 93, an 85. And also, I'm looking at, by springtime, I'm going to put a Nitrous Express kit on this car. I'm probably going to start off probably with a 93 tune, probably good about a 100 shot on 93. And then when I do the E85 option, it's a lot safer when you increase the jet size. For nitrous, I'm going to probably go at least a 150 shot, depending on how it is and how I feel from that point forward. 150 to 175 shot on the E85 option. So if anyone that's not familiar with nitrous or how it's used or installed and mounted, you get a 10-pound bottle. You could probably install it somewhere on the side. You could put it underneath here if you don't have a spare, but I like to hang on to the spare because in Texas you get a lot of unsure roads, so it's always good to have a spare tire in your car. And I'm looking at doing the plate kit. So the plate kit goes between here, right here on the throttle body, and it's a lot safer and smoother than just if you did like a nozzle that goes into the intake. It's not as efficient as doing like a direct port kit, but when you do the plate kit here on the throttle body, it's a lot more safer, and I guess you could say safer and efficient than tapping into the intake here and just having a nozzle in there, which I've done it that way before on previous sets, and it's totally fine. It worked fine. Haven't had any issues. I haven't done a plate kit. That'll be what I'm going here on here with this. So it should run more efficiently, and everything I've heard, you might get a little bit more out of it because of that. You do a wet kit. So a wet kit is you get the fuel and the nitrous being fed in together. You do the dry kit, that is the just the nitrous. I've done that once before, way back in the day. I don't recommend doing that. When used properly, nitrous is just as safe as supercharger and turbo. So when it's used properly and tuned properly, installed properly, everything's done the way that it should, it's just as efficient as any other option, and it's the most inexpensive way to get your car into the 10s. If you want to go high 10s, low 10s with a higher shot, it is the most inexpensive way. You can spend $1,000 on a nitrous kit, have it tuned, get a good tire on the car, and you could, on a 100 shot, very easily break off like a high 10. You can go headers. You spend, which now the cost of headers is between $1,500 to like $2,000 for headers, plus a crap ton to install them. Go a full bolt-on E85 tune with the tire and probably break into the 10s also as well. But you're spending more than just throwing a bottle in the back of the car, having it tuned properly, and for half the cost, you can run just as fast, if not faster, with a larger shot. I just don't want to stop a build before I'm done with it. And to be honest, I don't think you're ever actually completely done with a build when it comes to a car. You just always want more and more and more. But as I said, I have and I still have plans in mind to get this car where I want it. And by going S650 route, there's nothing wrong with that car except the fact that you can't tune them. There's ways to make them faster, and there's ways to go around that, the fact that you can't tune them. And once you can unlock those cars are going to be a beast. I mean, those cars are going to be insane once you can unlock the ECUs in those cars and the potential that those cars have. I will get S650 more than likely eventually, but I want to go drag racing. I want a safe nitrous tune that I can tune on a car. And there's not a lot of content creators out there, and just videos in general, of people that run nitrous in their cars. There's always supercharger, turbo, twin turbo, a lot of NA setups at the track. There's not a lot of nitrous setups at the track. I mean, there is some obviously, but not as much compared to all those other options. So that's another determining factor. So I want to do something a little bit different that not a lot of people have done, and maybe that not a lot of people are familiar with and knowledgeable about when it comes to nitrous and how to safely use it and apply it and install it and all that kind of stuff, which I've ran nitrous on cars ever since high school. I love everything about it. I love how it feels when it engages, how easy it is to install, and the amount of power that you can get for the cost. I mean, you can't beat it. Another thing I want to point out is those cars get a lot of hate. The S650 new platforms, they get, I don't know if it's hate or just people they talk bad about the car, being it should have been more, it should have been this, it should have been that. But what people are not understanding is that that car is the last of its kind. Dodge and Chevy, those are going away when it comes to these types of cars. So however long this platform lasts with the V8 not going that electric crap, if things continue to go the way that they are, this will be the last internal combustion engine car. And you don't really, how do I say this? You don't realize what you have until it's gone. So all this hate that people have toward it, I think a lot of it's going to go away eventually, but especially once the Mustang goes all electric on every platform, GT, all of them. You think you hate the S650 now, just wait till everything goes electric. Then you're going to wish you had the S650 platform to mess with. So keep that in mind also as well. The hate for those cars, it should be appreciated. Ford did everything they could with all the EPA stuff happening to give us another V8 for as long as possible. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Hey, out of curiosity, how many people that are watching that are in about the same situation as me, where you have a S550 now, you possibly ordered a S650, but you're kind of on the fence about it, iffy, because you can't tune them yet and do as much to them as you can here with your S550. I would be curious. Let me know, drop a comment. But on that note, if you guys are watching and you're not subscribed, please do me a favor. Please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell also as well, and leave a comment. That would be awesome. You guys have a good one, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye.